Alright, good evening. Today we're going to review a rescue checkout for English 1101 at IRCC. There are many duties that should happen every morning on shift, but the most important would be to check out a rescue truck, especially if you're the rookie. If you're the rookie, it is your responsibility and your primary responsibility to make sure the truck is in working order. You need to be the first one to start and the last one to finish. This will help you accomplish your duty. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to jump in, then you're going to start the cab, just like you would any other truck. Turn on the battery, turn on the ignition. You need to make sure it starts. Pretty obvious. And has a full tank of gas. Gas is pretty important to get you around. Look at the inside monitor, turn on the emergency lights. Once the lights are on and you look at your monitor off on your right hand side, you're going to see that, you'll see the flashing lights, and then now you need to get out and inspect those lights and make sure that they're working properly. Do a complete walk around on the truck, making sure that it's operating. After you completed this task, get in and adjust the seat. You need to make sure that you're a safe distance away from the steering wheel, that you have access to the pedal, brake, whatnot. Common sense stuff, but you'd be surprised. There should be a county map book and a local zone map book right to your right. You need to make sure, because some places have certain developments that are that you'll travel to more often than not, so make sure that those are accessible to you or your lieutenant. Look in the same compartment, look for the Knox box key so that you can gain access to any building. If you can't get into the building, you can't save lives, whether it be a fire or medical emergency. These are the main items to look for in the cab. Those are all very important. Get out and start checking the outside compartments. The easiest way is to start from the driver's side where you're at. Open that first compartment on the right as you step down out of the truck. On this side you'll see a main O2 tank, which should have at least 500 pounds of air. 4 smaller O2 tanks, and a stretcher for the stretcher and your broom. Move to the next compartment now. When you open it up, it's a double door. You'll look inside, and the first thing you see is a toolbox. Inside the toolbox should have, miscellaneous stuff, wrenches, screwdrivers, vice grips, elevator keys, Allen wrenches, anything that you might think of that you might need. Also inside here, you're going to find your rescue tool, your Halligan, your axe, sledgehammers, any other specialty items that the crews normally use for that truck. And in this compartment you'll also find the extinguishers. As you move around the truck, make sure there are extra air bottles in the holders. Open them up, pull them out, make sure that they're above 4,500 pounds. Open the large compartment, make sure there are backboards or straps. You should have 2 X's going across the backboards and 1 for the ankles. Whether you have them attached or ready, have them buckled up, make sure they're neat and clean. Because you definitely don't want to go anywhere without these. Also, there should be 2 sets of neck collars. Our neck collars are adjustable, so inside these bags, your 2 bags, you're going to have your collars. You're for adults, pediatrics, and infants. You're going to have some headbeds, scissors, extra straps, tape, anything else that you could think of that you might need to be in there. There's 2 of those. Going the other side, the small compartment on the driver's side is the dive gear. A lot of the stations already have these checked out and inventoried, and being that they're mesh bags with big zippers on them, you can go ahead and most of them have a tag out system on it. So if you look in there and it's tagged, there's no need to tamper with it. Generally means that they've already set that up. The last compartment will hold the trauma bag, the pediatric box, the multi-casualty bag, and stuff for the kids. Always got to open up the multi-casualty bag and make sure that you have all the right tags and the collars, and your trauma bag is pretty important too. Make sure you check out everything. And like I said, you're a rookie. These are things that you need to be checking out. You're the first one there and the last one to finish. There's a lot of stuff on this truck to check out, and you have all day to do it between running calls. And definitely stuff for the kids, man. We're out there. This is a people-friendly service. We got to get out there and show the kids that we're firemen. I mean, these are kids idolize us, whether we like to believe it or not. So make sure that you have stuff in there for the kids. Now we're going to check out the meat and potatoes of the truck. You can open the back doors and pull out the stretcher. Make sure that the monitor is there and operating properly. Turn on the batteries. Do a self-check. Make sure the blood pressure cuff and the O2 sensor and stuff are all on there and opening, and that they actually work. Open the clipboard and check for extra reports and other paperwork. Open the medical bag and check the expiration dates on the drugs. You should go through these every day, every day, every day. At the end of the month and at the beginning of the month, we check for expiration dates. That doesn't mean you don't do it in the middle of the month. Check that out. Make sure you have your IV setups in there. Make sure that, we're here to run calls. You know what you need to have be on the truck. The airway bag is orange and it should have the equipment, intubation, and extra O2 bottle. Climb into the truck and start checking the compartments. Same thing as before. You're going to start from one side to the next. Whether you start on the left or you start on the right, you're going to get in there. Each compartment's usually labeled on what should be in that compartment. Make sure that what is on that label is actually what's inside that. Make sure it's straightened out. Make sure it's neat. Make sure it's clean. Remember that a clean truck is also a neat truck. So if it's dirty, clean it up. Since your stretcher's out, you should sweep and mop out the back. There's disinfectant. After you sweep it out, make sure it's neat and clean. Just think of how you'd put your mom or your grandmother in this. If it's dirty, filthy, and nasty, you wouldn't put your mom in there. So why would you put anybody else in there? There are many duties for you to fulfill as a rookie, and there's little as important as checking out the truck. You should do it right and do it once. The last thing you want is to get on scene and be missing something. And that concludes this part of my process for checking out the rescue truck.